Morning, Wall Street winners. It is Friday, April the 26th, and are we in for an exciting day today? If we look at the markets in the Bloomberg app and the futures, we can see we're green on the screen, but we are coming in to the 8:30 PCE announcement, and that has the ability to really shift things, particularly I don't think it would be a big effect on the NASDAQ and the tech front, but for financials and some of the retail sector, this is going to have some interesting impacts. So let's move over to the Bloomberg app. And what we're seeing here is a great deal of movement in a variety of different stocks, but really the ones that are for discussion today are oil. So oil, crude wise, if we scroll down, is up 71% or 71 cents pre-market, 0.71. So that's a good sign to indicate that we're likely going to see a climb, even though we've had some earnings misses from Exxon and Chevron. So both of them came out this morning with earnings, announced they missed on earnings. Chevron, however, did achieve a significant amount of free cash flow in the quarter, $1 billion more than they anticipated. So that's a positive for them. Con Ed, which is a utility, not really an oil company, it's down 221, almost 2.35% pre-market, which is very interesting. Not sure what's going on here, but for a utility to move that so far, to move that much, and it could be that a dividend was declared today, but it's a lot in terms of a movement there downwards for a single day for utility. So if that were to drop down into if it continues to go down into the lower 88, 89 range, I would definitely look at picking some up pre-earnings, which are 6 days out, because I think that it's a fairly risk-averse purchase. And you could make a couple percent. And if you can hold out to the ex-dividend date, which is the date when the dividend is declared, and you own the stock on that date, then you'll get the dividend upside for the quarter as well, which could give you a nice little percentage add to your gain. If we get down into tech. So Darktrace, which is an interesting cybersecurity related company out of the UK and listed on the London Stock Exchange, it has been, there's an offer in to purchase it. So its stock is soared this morning based on that offer from a private equity firm out of Chicago. Looking good that that will go through. And then we have CRM. It's starting to come back. I think CRM, Salesforce, is a tremendous buying opportunity right now going into its earnings within 30 days. Palo Alto is making a nice little comeback as well, climbing back up to the 290 range. I think it'll get back up into the low to mid 310s kind of area, 300 range. And then you've got Cloudflare, another cybersecurity company with earnings next Thursday, the same date as Apple, and it's up $2 pre-market. I think it's got a very good story leading into earnings next week as well. Microsoft blew their earnings and revenue out of the park yesterday. Great results. Excellent story here. Microsoft is a fabulous long-term hold, pays a dividend now, although it's pretty insignificant, but it's well structured and set up to take advantage of the whole AI story and AI play. Has an amazing customer base, obviously a great brand. I think it's got room to move up into the 330s today, even though it's set at to open around $17 above what it closed at yesterday. We've got ARM about looking to cross $100 today. I think this is a good one to acquire in and around that price as well, based on its potential when it releases earnings in the coming weeks. And then as we scroll down and take a look at some of the others, Amazon is coming out with earnings next Tuesday. This will be one to watch. Both Google, who announced yesterday and had incredible results, you can see here, it's up $18 pre-market, so almost 12%, 11.5%. I think it's got a lot more room to go. It also announced it's going to implement a dividend for the first time and buy back a tremendous number of shares from both of its A and C classes. And then NVIDIA, based on that AI talk and the earnings coming out to justify that AI, they're up $14.50 pre-market. This stock, I think, today is going to get back into the 850, 860 range. And again, it leads into earnings towards the end of May. And then you've got others that are in that AI space, although to a much lesser extent, which is BABA, and blocked in many ways because it's Chinese from some of the chip technology and the semiconductor technology. Meta's making a bit of a comeback today in pre-market, but Google is way up and was a great little acquisition pre-close yesterday along with Microsoft, hoping that those earnings would come out solid. It also proved that the Google search business is so strong and resilient, and the ads and the revenue from SEO are really, really helping to move that company forward. And then as we get down into banking, so banking, this could be, in my opinion, potentially affected by the PCE announcement that's coming out in 12 minutes. But we do see that it's kind of hovering around even pretty much flat in pre-market. So maybe waiting on that PCE data. So if you're looking for some interesting opportunities today in the market, I would take a look at things like CRM if you're willing to wait up to 30 days. And I'd also take a look at Net if you're willing to wait till next Friday to see what earnings come out like from that company, and at the same time ARM, and looking at picking up some of that if you're looking for a short-term gain or a short-term hold with a fairly significant upside potential. Now that said, with an upside potential, you do have some downside as well, so you've got to mitigate your risk and take precautions. But good luck in your trades today. If you're liking these videos,